really excited to announce our 3 charities that are presenting tonight: Prairie Hospice Society, Saskatchewan Association for Community Living, and Special Olympics Saskatoon. So I'm going to stand this up, and I'm just going to invite each of these women up here to give you the spiel about what we're doing, or what they're doing. As I mentioned, each charity is going to have 5 minutes, and then we're going to move on. So I will first invite Barbara Jurica, yes, awesome, to make the presentation on behalf of Prairie Hospice Society.
Good evening. Tonight I'd like to tell you about a girl. Her name is Sophie, and she is 11 years old. She lives in Saskatoon with her mom and 3-year-old brother. Like most girls her age, Sophie is becoming more conscious about her appearance. She has the most fun when she's busy doing crafts and spending time with friends. She has a wonderful smile. Sophie also has an inoperable brain tumor. She developed blurry vision and an unstable gait that made it unsafe for her to travel to school by bus. Despite everything she's been through, her greatest wish was to continue to go to school. But family resources and the resources within the school system for taxis were tapped out. Sophie was devastated. Her social worker made a call to us, and within 4 hours, a team of 8 trained hospice volunteers were in place to take turns driving Sophie back and forth to school every day for the 3 months remaining in the school year. As Sophie and her family grew to know and trust these volunteers, they were able to provide Mom with a break and take Sophie and her little brother on outings when Sophie felt up to it. These volunteers helped bring a sense of normalcy to Sophie's home. I'd also like to tell you about Jane. And it's important to note that all the names here have been changed to protect privacy, but these are real people with real stories here in Saskatoon. Jane was born and raised in Saskatoon, married in 1967, and had 3 children. She was a nurse in the city for over 40 years, and she put her heart and soul into caring for others. 2 years ago, Jane was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Despite chemotherapy and surgery, the cancer continues to advance, and Jane's condition is deemed terminal. Her husband died 4 years ago, and her children and grandchildren are spread across the country. So now, at perhaps the most vulnerable time in her life, Jane has found herself without family support nearby. 4 months ago, Jane was introduced to Bonnie, a hospice volunteer, and they have become fast friends. She goes with Jane to appointments, walks with her along the riverbank, and has shared some of her favorite recipes. They both love to cook. They also like to share a good laugh. And as time goes on, Bonnie will adjust the pace and frequency of her visits to Jane's needs and energy. Jane's children are happy there is a reliable, familiar person like Bonnie in Jane's life. Someone who understands the journey Jane and her family are on. As Jane's death draws closer, her children will return to Saskatoon to care for their mom, and Bonnie will continue to support Jane and her family members, providing respite when they need a break, and a listening ear when that is what is most helpful. Sophie and Jane both have a relationship with Prairie Hospice Society, and that's a charity that I'm here representing tonight. Driven by a desire to help people, Prairie Hospice provides compassionate care and support to members of our community who are nearing the end of life. We do this through our network of highly trained volunteers. We do everything we can to help the people we serve live until they die. Since we began our Hospice Without Walls program in 2013, we have had over 250 referrals of people ranging in age from 7 to 109. As of today, we are providing support to 50 people and their families. At any given time, between 6 and 10 of the people being supported have absolutely no family or friends upon whom they can rely. Try to imagine that, facing each day alone and possibly facing death alone. Our amazing volunteers embrace hospice work without hesitation or fear, and daily go above and beyond to bring comfort and peace to people in their final days. Each of our volunteers go through a rigorous interview and training process to ensure they are ready to take on the challenges they will face as they support a person nearing their end of life. Over 100 people have taken our hospice volunteer training. We receive no government funding. We don't charge for our service. We depend entirely upon the generosity of community members. When someone is facing a terminal diagnosis, life changes, and yet life goes on. When that happens, Prairie Hospice is there to help people enjoy the best possible quality of life in the time remaining. The need is great. Your support for our work means we can continue to meet the needs of those people in our community traveling the final leg of their life's journey. Often the primary caregivers in our society are the women, the moms, the sisters, and the daughters, women like yourselves. We appeal to you as women who care to make Prairie Hospice your choice tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. I'm gonna